6 tonight. When making a 911 call, emergency response can seem to take forever, even if it's just a moment. But it was especially true and frustrating for an elderly Upper East Side woman and her neighbors who waited nearly an hour. CBS 2's Steve Langford reports her neighbors ran across the street to Gracie Mansion for help.
I went in to get my mail, and she was lying on the floor.
An elderly resident of this East End Avenue building stopping by the mail room when she fell and cut her head open. Staff and neighbors here calling 911 over and over again.
When you call 911, you expect them to be here.
But it took nearly an hour for paramedics to respond, according to witnesses.
I don't lose my temper often, but I was furious.
Dr. Richard Francis lives in the building and says he arrived on the scene about a half hour into the 89-year-old woman's ordeal.
With several phone calls from me and multiple phone calls from our doorman and our building manager.
When the people at the building couldn't get any action from 911, they sent the super across the street here to Gracie Mansion, where security here managed to flag down a local fire crew to respond.
Firefighters arrived first, followed by a 911 dispatched ambulance. Moments later, witnesses say.
I've not received an adequate explanation.
Mayor de Blasio says a full-scale review of the 911 system and day-to-day operations was already underway.
For any one of us, that could be our parent, our grandparent. It's not acceptable to have delays in emergency services reaching people, and so we're going to get to the bottom of it.
Let's hope. He has a lot to get to the bottom of.
I think we were all in the building very disappointed about the lack of response that we got from the emergency services.
I'm surprised about 911 because I live in this city because of all the access to everything around me.
The fear that 911 itself may need rescuing. On the Upper East Side, Steve Langford, CBS 2 News.
Sources telling CBS 2 News the issue is likely human error rather than a technical problem.